Okay, calling the meeting to order for building subcommittee. Roll call, Cindy Kirchhoff, Mark Garceau, Mark McKinnon, Kristen Lund, Stephen Marone, Dan Lathrop, Audrey Fulbert, and Michael Ober are here with Deb reading from Downlands. Next order is the approval of the January 28th, 2026 minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. I'm abstaining.
Public comments. There appears to be no public comments. We are now moving on to approval of invoices. Okay. First invoice, Tower Construction, application payment, number 16, Duns Corners and Springbrook through January 31st, 2026, in the amount of $93,964.85. Total bill to date, $16,489,689.59, 98.87% of the total contract. Do I have a motion to approve?
Moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. 1 second. Second invoice, TSKP, invoice number 230601-29, professional services, Straight Street through January 8th, 2026, in the amount of $32,678.47. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? No. Motion passes. Task invoice number 3, TSKP 230601-31, professional services, State Street from February 3rd, 2026, in the amount of $16,678.47. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next invoice, O&G Industries, application for payment number 17, State Street through January 31st, 2026, in the amount of $99,413.35. 909, yes. All those, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next one, Prime Consulting invoice 23353 for testing inspection at State Street through January 30th, 2026, in the amount of $3,740. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next one, Collier's Project Leaders Commission Services, State Street, Springbrook through January 31st, 2026, in the total amount of $10,119.69. All those in favor, motion to approve? Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next one, Duns Corners invoice number 4, OPM services through January 31st, 2026, in the amount of $5,000 for capital improvement project 84.8% of the contract. Motion to approve.
And actually, that's for Downs Construction Company, DCC.
Oh, I'm sorry, Downs
Okay, I just
Construction.
want you guys to know.
Okay.
So-
For Downs Construction, for number 4, OPM services. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Downs invoice number 29, OPM services through January 31st, 2026, in the amount of $10,350 for State Street School. All those in, motion to approve. Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that is it for the invoice.
Now we know I just showed up.
Yeah,
You know, I agree.
Well, I told him we will spend all the money before he gets there. Okay. So approval of invoices done, owner, project manager, architect update.
Certainly. Just a quick update on our global budget. I did send that out with the agenda. After reconciling some more of these change proposals, our contingency has actually gone up to $969,259. So it's good news for Audrey. So we're gonna have to start thinking about how to spend this money pretty soon. So that building's going quick, so if we want to do some additions, I should be thinking about it. But that is absolutely good news. I'm gonna hand it over to Ed to talk about change order for tower, which should hopefully be one of the last ones, right?
We hope.
Wrapping up the last change proposals.
So we've been busy over the last couple of weeks trying to wrap everything up and collect all of the outstanding change proposals that were lingering, relative to CCD work that was done sort of at the end of construction. Everything that we're gonna discuss tonight is basically complete with the exception of the cord reel, and we'll discuss that a little bit as we go through, but everything else is done. So our hope here was to try and capture the outstanding change proposals, CCD work, as well as all of the back charges for things that the district needed to do in order to cross the finish line and continues to do. So Mark, Deb, and I have been working together to try and consolidate everything into this last change order, and hopefully this will be the last one, but stay tuned. What I'll do is I'll go through each one, kind of describe very quickly what it was, what the dollar amount was, and then if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt, if that's okay. So first one is change proposal 66R1. It was for door magnetic holders that were added at Dunn's Corner for a total of $53,56.67. The work was done again. Next item was change proposal 67R2, which relocated electrical panels at Dunn's Corner. This was sort of catching up with what was directed in CCD3. That's for a total add of $41,840.50. Next one is change proposal 68R3, which was to add the student bathrooms at the Dunn's Corner lobby, which was directed in CCD2 for a total of $97,046.36. I'm going to skip the next one and come back to that. Change proposal 90 was for cutting and patching the stucco soffits at Dunn's Corner for an add of $2269.35. Change proposal 96R, which was the Project Lab cord reels at Dunn's Corner for an add of $19,901.79. The infrastructure above the ceiling for that work was done prior to the start of school. They still have to come back and do the actual installation of the cord reel once this gets approved. The next one is change proposal 102. This was a contractual oversight during the entire project relative to the percentage of overhead and profit that was included on every change proposal. This basically makes Tower whole per the terms of the contract at $33,218.79. The next item, which was a big item, is change proposal 106R2 for the BDA system. And this reconciles the cost for installing those systems at $133,192.54. All of those change proposals went back and forth multiple times. We feel like this is sort of the best gathering and accounting of what that work actually represented. And the one I omitted was change proposal 80R2, which was for some additional roof flashing at Springbrook. The price came back multiple times with scope that was not commensurate with the additional work. So our proposal is to recommend an offer of basically $2,500 for the flashing, and the rest of the work is basically contract work in looking at it. So that was the only thing that we sort of disagreed with.
So everything else is pretty much, and how disagreed was it?
I think they were asking for like 21,000 and
Yes.
change.
Yeah, they were actually looking like they were pricing all the roof flashing.
Yeah, which they own.
Owned.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the ad part of the change order, and then, the second part of the change order deals with the owner back charges, as I mentioned, and there's a whole slew of items which I'll go through, but the grand total of these back charges is $91,706. Just for reference purposes. And I'll just rattle them off, and again, if you have questions, feel free to stop me. There's a back charge for the temporary septic drain service that Mark had to engage at Dunn's Corner for $25.50. There was a tie-in for the AI phone at $790. Security camera reinstall for $1,470. This came up a couple meetings ago, I believe, the disagreement in the card reader scope in the base bid contract with Tower. Mark incurred a cost of $15,157.75 in order to finish that work. Battery replacement for $660. Again, a disagreement in scope door operator tie-in. There was a cost of $16,730, as well as another cost for the automatic door vendor to come back of $450, so that work can get tied in and done over the February break. MDF cleanup for $250. Dehumidifier rental for $28.35. Wood chip top dressing for $18.72. And then the biggest back charge was the additional construction testing that had to be done during the construction process with Prime. Missed calls, days they were called down here, and then, midstream.
Failed,
The-
testing, retesting.
They said, oh, we're not ready for him today, and we got charged, the town got charged for the visit anyway, because he was here. Retesting of defective work, that totaled $36,988. The additional costs to extend the builder's risk insurance based on the original contract date to the actual date of substantial completion of $9,578.
No, Cindy's making a face. That would be through 10/31. Okay, yes, and yes, because that was substantial completion.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Although it was just signed, that was the date.
And then additional overtime for Mark's staff of $5,893.21. There's also a cost for motion sensor replacement at both schools for $1,224.38. So the grand total with the adds and the deducts for this change order will be a total, an increase of $241,173. And we think that gets us, I'm gonna say 99.9% reconciled.
How did they feel about the back charge? Did they agree on these?
We
or-
haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay,
So the other reason for this, trying to get everything in one final accounting is, this is what it is.
Right, we approve it here and then you present it to the rest of consent, we present it to her. It'll be, their decision whether they want to sign off on it or not. And they still have about $400,000 worth of,
We're still holding 408,000 and change on the punch list,
right,
the monetized punch list.
yes. There is gonna be work done next week. So,
So our anticipation is we've received as-built drawings, we've received and approved the O&Ms, we're reviewing the as-bills now. There's still a bunch of things on that punch list that we believe by the end of the month, hopefully, we can knock most of them off. But really, the proof is gonna be what work actually gets done over February vacation. As well as the reconciliation of it.
I think the effort here is for us to do whatever we can. We approved the requisition. We approved another requisition tonight, which was basically for the change order that was approved at the last meeting and a few other little bits of work that was completed.
Mhm.
And then we'll be hopefully approving this change order. So this puts everything, moves everything forward, and the tower can agree or disagree.
Okay, so this is,
based on all the information we reviewed, we believe this is fair.
Been back and forth enough times.
Yeah, I mean, being tangentially involved during the process, I had the ability to actually take a fresh look at some of this stuff and say, you know what? We're a couple of $1,000s off. It's not worth it. Let's just, the work is done,
Yes.
let it be, move on. And that's sort of the vein that we reviewed this in, trying to be helpful to finalize and close out the project.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard. We want to make sure it's not, doesn't drag out.
No, we're not giving away the farm, but on the other hand,
Yeah.
we're not trying to nickel and dime this.
Yeah, to the point where, yeah,
Right.
we have 6 months of
Right, we don't get a
fighting
step
over
here.
$5,000.
No. And that's why we tried to keep it clean, with the exception of that roof flashing item that I mentioned.
Mhm.
It's really straightforward.
And as you know from our last meeting, well, it was here from our last meeting, but we had A&J Electrical, who is the electrician on these projects, who hasn't been paid since August. And obviously, there's quite a few items on here for electrical work. So this allows us to pay for this, and then hopefully the contractors will get paid.
Okay, so you need us to approve these change orders, is that right?
Yes.
One change order, it's change order 17.
Right, approval, yes.
Yep.
So may I have a motion to approve change order number 17? Tower construction in the amount of $242,847.38.
So moved.
Do a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for the project update.
That is it for Dunstan Springbrook.
Okay.
Thank you. I
Okay.
just have a couple items here. I guess actually one and I have the other. We have a quote from CDWG for the flat screens and view boards for State Street. This will go towards the technology allowance, and the amount is $133,490. And Cindy's looking for, consensus approval here so that she can issue a purchase order. So if you don't recall, the technology allowance right now has nothing against it. Sure, there's going to be a lot coming in, but it's $400,000 presently. So this is for 133. And this looks like this is for all the classrooms. Yeah. 44 screens, yeah. So this is the entire school, including a warranty. 2-year warranty.
So you need a motion to approve that? Do I have a motion to approve?
This is what you want?
Second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes.
Mike, do you need a copy of this for you?
Yes.
A copy of that. And,
The one other piece on State Street that's coming, I thought it might have been here today, but, part of the PA and sound piece that you heard last meeting where we had a change and it incurred a cost for a change order. Part of that package was also the security package, and it wasn't, the base bid wasn't nearly what the school needed. So we went ahead and got our vendor involved, and we got a scope that can make the school match the district with the alarms, the motion sensors, the glass breaks. But again, because the base scope was so minimal, this will be a change coming to the tune of $40,000 coming. Probably by the next meeting we'll have. So I would recommend that we look at that and approve that as to keep it within our line of the district security protocols.
Anything else? So then we're moving on to capital project update.
Capital project update is the middle school roof. We are ready for DD submission.
SD has been submitted to RIDE. There have been no comments, checked for the meeting.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll hear soon.
We're waiting on our DD estimate tomorrow, actually.
So we are in the pipeline. We're going through the steps, the processes, and it's just a slow, drawn out process when you're dealing with RIDE and getting the submissions. So if everything lines up and they don't have any kickback on what we're planning to do, we are lined up for the summer to put phase 1 of the roof on the roofs.
How's the roof holding up this way?
It's, all the snow is melting right now. And,
You can take a shower and say.
you know, we might, see some new leaks, but the ones that we knew were there are still there.
Confirmed.
We did patching before the winter started, so it's not a waterfall. We're holding.
Anything else? Anyone have questions? No. So we next move on to next steps. Any next steps?
I think we're good right now. Yeah.
Good.
Very well.
I have a question on how we spend down some of the excess we have in the bond. What is the process for finding and identifying ways to spend?
Well, I think we have a lot of items that could more than eat up all that, but I think we're gonna do it in a, like, we look at what our needs are and also what next year needs are gonna be too. I mean, is that right? It's not, that we're not gonna take money and go, oh, let's spend it all. We're gonna say, what do we need to spend it on? What are the top priorities?
Sure, budget can always spend.
Yeah.
What is the plan for the current State Street furniture?
We are meeting with W. Mason at 9:00 tomorrow morning.
Do you need new?
The
furniture?
currently in use.
Oh.
Right, so that's out of Valen's hands, I think it's in our hands, if I'm not mistaken.
We notified the town?
Yes, I notified the purchasing agent and she is checking to see if there's any interest and they may ask for some pictures. We have to give the town the opportunity. Before
And what we
moving on
do
to next
towels,
steps.
We allowed people to go in and see what they want to take and just take it, right? And towards the end.
Public people, industry people, that,
I think we did industry people first and then public.
and you're foreseeing that like after students are dismissed in June?
Oh,
Or
definitely
before
that,
July first,
if that's the way we do it. But certainly after kids are going, yeah.
Right.
because everything has to be out by July 1.
Yeah.
I mean, quick turn.
When is the last day of school then?
A week around the Monday,
You're on Monday. Okay.
No, we're still in that week.
are we?
I think so.
Right, it's Steve. Let's
I
hold that.
thought that holiday pushed us to the Monday, I thought.
There's one day we go.
Saturday works out, I just did this in Florida last year, last spring. Saturday works out to be a good day to open it to the public. Yeah, people are available, trucks and all that. and,
Yeah, so if we can line up a clearing of that building, so right after kids get out, we'll want to. Teacher stuff will already be out, right?
We have open top dumpsters coming this break week, likely again in April, to purge the unwanted trash. So, so that what is available should be less than the whole school's inventory.
And if there's stuff that may have utility for us further down the road, do we have any place we can store this?
I can find some places, depending on how big it
Yeah,
is.
just keep it in mind. Think of some things.
I have a couple of things in mind in the boiler room and in some of the areas that we modified recently to get them through the last few years. Still has good life expectancy, I think, the whole lot.
Yeah, all right.
How are we going to handle moving over all the technology items?
I'll get with our IT department, and we'll likely get a vendor to come in and help us move things.
So we can get in there, we can probably get in there that last day, maybe in the afternoon.
Session.
Start moving, because time is of the essence, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else that we need moved over that we might need a moving company for?
The copy people said that they have to move the copiers to invalidate the warrant.
Okay. How about the books out of the library?
I don't know how you guys, with middle schools.
Do we need to get a moving company for that?
We may, if all the moves, we can add that to the list of the classroom furniture that may be going over. But if it's just books and a few other things, I think we can handle that in-house.
Okay.
We have all the bins, we can load them up, dolly and wheel them down. So,
I wouldn't be afraid to ask for help and use that money though, Mark.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good
that's-
time of year, so, you know, it's
Yeah.
penny wise, pound foolish.
I agree.
And even if we just use the MPA and get some bodies for a few days that can assist. That would be,
I'm interested in that company you said you were high on.
yeah, they were fantastic to work with. I can reach out to them, find out their threshold, or just keep it at their threshold unless we don't have to go to bid. And they'll just work with you. You just, I mean, it's amazing. You tell these guys move this entire building and they're done in 2 hours. It's like, oh, that was easy.
We can add books to their list.
Exactly. They're very good at moving books. Very good.
Okay, so if there's no more next steps. So we now moving on to public comments. And there is no more public comment. So we now move on to adjournment. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
I
And we're done.
Nice job.
Thank you, everybody.